About the new Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash game, recently it's been under fire mainly coming from Twitter, and everybody using the same sentence when it comes to the game. Quote unquote, this game is trash. I have decided to express my thoughts and give a fair and valid criticism to the game to see whether or not it's a bad game, or is it a game that just may not be for everybody. First thing first, I want to talk about Viking and their vision, and being able to see their vision will explain their vision for each and every game they produced. Viking being an arcade game developer, they're best known for the Gunslinger Stratos series of arcade third-person shooter. And when I dive back into their past, their game always seemed to be based around being fun for consumers, which I expect Jujutsu Kaisen will be another successful game in Viking case if they could reel in players that would give them a chance to learn the game properly instead of mashing one button then calling it a day, which will, of course, you wouldn't learn or nor find the game fun if that's all you did. I don't have to play Storm, Tekken, or Street Fighter to tell you that you're not going to have fun if you only spamming one button anyways, and don't try to learn a combination for any fighting related game. But before I move on, I do want to say that Viking does a very well job at making games very unique and fun for consumers. So I do want to put trust in Jujutsu Kaisen being unique and fun as well. So if we see that the new Jujutsu Kaisen gameplay looks fun, then why does it look low quality? And my answer to you is I'm not really sure, other than the fact that it could be a budget issue. We're all not developers nor working under Viking to really know these decisions, but I do know that if they released My Hero Ultra Rumble last year and not even a full year passed and they've been working on Jujutsu Kaisen at the same time, then of course maybe it could be an issue having to manage both games during development. This is as much as I could say about the development of the game because I'm not really informed of the developer situation, nor do I really know what goes on during the development. The character selection screen and the main menu does look quote unquote poorly made. However, like another content creator said, Avatar Yaya mentions, you can find everything on the menu pretty easily, which some games that do currently exist does have confusing menus at times. So while the quality does look low budget and that any mobile developer can accomplish in a day, it doesn't really faze me. Since gaming since PlayStation 2 era, I've always been more about the gameplay and the concept of how the game plays out over amazing quality graphics, which seems to be a lot of player issues, and I completely understand people reasoning, but I will be only playing for the gameplay, not the graphics. The gameplay of Jujutsu Kaisen looks completely fine. It could be better, of course, but it looks really fun. The thing I will say, the game do look janky, and usually everything needs to perform well when it comes to unique ideas such as Jujutsu Kaisen, but the gameplay overall doesn't look too terrible. The main thing I do have an issue that I did see back on Gunslinger as well is that the UI during the gameplay do cover half the screen or do look too big. I do hope in the near future they do kind of tone it down a bit, or at least make it a little bit smaller. And the animation do look somewhat pretty fine. I could also agree that it does need a little bit more work, but overall the game does look fun. The one thing I will also say that I do love is that you can practice in the waiting room before the game starts. My Hero Ultra Rumble has something like this, and seeing it being added in Jujutsu Kaisen is a very nice thing to see. The creators and players that got the game early have been enjoying the game so far, which is good news to hear, of course. So if you're clicking on the video to find a reason to play the new Jujutsu Kaisen game, I can promise you that the gameplay at least will be fun, so don't worry. If you still have any hate against me saying this, then maybe the game isn't for you and just click out the video for me. The one thing I do want to say and dive into is the game cosmetics. They have at least done wonders, especially adding the school outfit for Mahito in the game. Luckily, I haven't heard any player nor creator that got the game early complain about the cosmetics yet in the game, so that should at least say for now that we should be able to get any cosmetic in the game truly just by grinding the game out, compared to My Hero Ultra Rumble where it has a gacha system that completely ruined the gaming experience for majority that played the game. So that's at least good to hear. The only thing I can defend Viking on is their story. One, just the story mode was somewhat fine, but I just don't like having to read dialogue on screen when I'm already in pain trying to read most and majority mangas that I'm currently reading. So seeing that Jujutsu is somewhat doing the same thing doesn't really excite me at all for the story. However, I will be playing regardless, just trying to achieve achievements for the game on console. I do hope in the future Viking will improve for their future games and actually include animated cutscenes and such to make the story more hype for the game. But for now, it is what it is. Anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, but I do believe that the new Jujutsu Kaisen game will be a game for those that seek for fun gameplay wise and aren't too invested on wanting crazy quality for the game. Games at the end of the day are meant to be played for fun anyway, so if the game looks fun, then why everybody having such an issue about it? If it doesn't look fun, then why complain on other platforms about it when complaining isn't going to change too much at all? You can spend your time wisely playing other games like Persona that's coming out instead of complaining about the game that you're not going to invest any time in anyway. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and share this video with a friend if you do truly want to support my content. I will be making another video after release to discuss more of my thoughts and criticize the game once again. Check out my last new video where I played Dinky in My Hero Ultra Rumble, and I'll see you guys in another video soon.